see what you guys are doing to absolutely crush it. And then number two, just get a quick little testimonial for Techie. So with that being said, how you guys doing today?
Good. Yeah, we're doing awesome.
I saw your numbers last month and they were pretty incredible, that's for sure. So what have you guys been doing? Have you guys been doing anything different? Just social media, Google Ads, what's been going on?
Yeah, so and we were kind of talking, what's been working, what hasn't. We actually just had a staff meet or owners meeting last night, but couple things. I think one is online we're being really loud. I think marketing's a big key to success, and so
Yeah.
we're constantly like promoting the story. Trying to get on podcasts, make videos.
Okay.
You
And that's
know,
all organic, or are you doing paid stuff as well?
We do paid as well. So like we have paid ads. We put together a cool video, tells the story, tells what we offer, and that we've been boosting on
Very nice.
Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, TikTok. We just,
TikTok.
yep,
You're paying for the ads on TikTok. Do
yeah,
you have any trackable metrics from that, or it's just like a brand awareness campaign?
just brand awareness. The
Yeah.
TikTok, this is our first one with that platform, so we're kind of still testing the waters there.
Yeah.
Um, I
No, we
don't
don't have
think this.
anybody. We don't have anybody using TikTok right now. We have a bunch of people doing Instagram,
Yep.
and Facebook ads and all that stuff, but nobody's doing the TikTok. Are you guys using the zip code to promote it, or how? What location are you locking into for TikTok?
So all we did was we took the video we made that we have on other platforms and we just
Yeah.
boosted that video on there and then targeted. Pretty much, we're targeted about 50 miles from our store. Uh,
So I actually, you know what's super funny? So I didn't know about this until I was actually on a consultation call with another brand that they just reached out to me. And as I was going through it, you can actually do it by zip code now. So if you go
yeah.
into your TikTok ad manager, you can just do the zip code. So it's a closer audience to the people around you. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. No, I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, I mean, 50 miles is a lot. I don't think anyone's coming 50 miles to see a repair store. I know
Yeah.
you guys are doing great things, but I don't know about 50
Yeah.
miles. But that might be a
Well,
huge way to get
that's
more people in your area.
yeah. Yeah. So one thing I was gonna say, yeah, typically people are probably what? I'd say what, maybe 20 miles away.
Half hours.
Yeah, about a half hour. But the interesting thing with Maine, there's some parts, like I'll tell you, there's a place, Jackman, which is what, 40?
Two hours from
Is
here.
it 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Their closest repair, it's either us or going to Bangor, Maine, because they have nothing. So we get
Wow.
some of these weird areas that are kind of in the outskirts.
So it is worth
Um,
it for you guys just to be like boosting everywhere because you have a bunch of people around you.
for Maine, I mean, maybe not in other areas would it make
Yeah.
sense, but here we've got some of those areas that they literally don't have any repair shops. So,
Yeah, that's amazing. You know what? I haven't actually. I should have like looked at all your social media stuff because I was just on a call with a previous owner, and he was like doing the Facebook ad stuff, and of course he's not as loud as you guys are, so he like really heavily depends on the ads to perform. Where you guys have like a little bit of everything going on. So even if you're running an ad, what can happen is, and like I tell people this all the time, is if you're running the ad, people will go to your profile first, right?
yeah,
So you guys are probably getting compounding marketing because you guys have all this paid media and they're finding all your organic stuff as well. And they just see everything you're doing. Where like for this store, they were running ads, but it was like a generic video and it was to a messenger campaign, but they never actually said like send us a message. And that's why I think they didn't do like they weren't doing anything. And then I showed them some tips and tricks, and they're getting leads at like $6. Do you guys
yeah.
do any messenger campaigns on
We
Facebook?
we do. So a lot of our boosting, I do the send a message, and
Yeah.
because our Facebook gets flooded with messages, not so
Yeah,
much Instagram, but Facebook Messenger, we get a ton. I mean,
that's
daily.
awesome. And that's
Um,
are you and you're just doing boost posts. You're not even doing like the business manager.
um, Correct. Yeah, mostly boost posts.
Man, that's amazing. That is
Yeah,
amazing. And you
and
guys are
then
getting a ton of message.
we schedule out our posts. So I use a platform. We have this platform called Go One, and it allows us to all of our messages get put into one thread, so we can reply
Oh,
back to
really?
Instagram, Google reviews,
Damn,
Facebook,
that's
all in one.
huge.
And then I schedule the post so we hit every platform, it's like I can schedule them like a week out or a couple weeks out.
And
Um,
is that vertical videos that works for as well, like your YouTube reel, your Instagram reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts? Does it do all that?
yeah, it'll do those too. Thing you have to be careful. Sometimes it kicks back if like there's too much text. You know, certain platforms only allow so many
Yeah,
characters.
yeah, 100%.
So,
No,
so,
that's
yeah.
amazing. So
So
if I
we've been
if I
using
had to,
that
sorry,
quite a bit.
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say we've been using that quite a bit and just trying to be very consistent. And you know, we do a lot of posts talking about things we're doing. You know, hey, we're here late doing inventory, or look at Chris who just came on board. You know, tons of
Fantastic.
experience. Like we people will come here and they literally watch our Facebook and they know like the
Yep.
guys. You know,
It's so funny that you say that because I literally was just training some new franchise partners, and literally what we were talking about was like you can be like 1 degree off. Like you can be posting content, but if it's not like you talking and it's not like and one of the examples I gave him, it was one of the guys brought up his page and it was, oh, iPhone 13s for sale. And it's like nobody cares. You know what they do care about? Like, oh, we just got a bunch of new, like having a video of a person, like, hey, we just got like a bunch of iPhone 13s and showing all the iPhone 13s, like showing your inventory, but like talking about it, where like it's like
yeah,
creating a humanizing aspect of the marketing, which is such a huge tool that like a lot of people, they don't want to be in front of the camera and it just hurts them so much because they want to sit here, take a picture of an iPhone. Oh, we got this in stock. And it's like nobody's going to interact with that. Nobody's going to. How many
yeah.
followers do you guys have on social media platforms right now?
Facebook, we're over 3,000.
Oh, wow.
I
That's
think
crazy.
3,800. Yeah.
That's a lot of
Um,
followers.
Yeah, TikTok not as much. I think we're about 600 at this point, and then
Still, just even having 600 followers on having 600 followers on any platform is huge. Like the fact
yeah,
that you have 600 on one platform, 3,000 on another is still like it's amazing what you guys are doing right now.
yeah. And then now we've been finding other methods. Like we're running that same video on social as on Hulu. We're also in
Oh,
the theater.
really?
Yep. So we cut our money that we were spending in. There's a book that we basically were in. We cut the spending, put that same amount of money, and now we're in the movie theater for the next 6 months. Right, like the movie the other night, it played 3 times prior to the movie going live. So it's
That's
right here in
amazing.
Waterville. So we
And what
figured that
are you
might help us
guys?
hit an audience maybe we're not touching.
Are you guys doing anything to like track the metrics on that?
Yeah, so I added into Repair Desk, basically how they heard about us,
Yeah.
and we're asking also a kind of a follow-up question is, what have you seen us on, or what did you
Yeah.
see us on? And in
You
there,
guys
we've
do a
got
little
the
bit of
cinema
everything.
now, we got Hulu, so we can kind of track, are they mentioning that they're seeing us on those platforms?
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Are you do on like you guys are doing so much, and for the theater, are you running any sort of offer, like a free screen protector if you mention, are you doing any of that stuff?
Not yet. So the video we have up, it's okay. I like it, but we were talking about doing a new one, putting a QR code on the screen, so while
Oh,
they're at the theater,
100%.
they could scan it. And so that's our next thing we actually want to do is make it so there's some interaction there.
That would be so. I would love to keep like connect with you guys on that, especially on the Hulu stuff. But I think that like and like you guys are killing it already, so you could take this advice or no. But I was just talking with some new franchise partners, right? And one of the things I was talking about is that like you guys are doing a great job because you have overall like brand awareness, right? Like everybody knows like to come to you to get their phone fixed, right? But there might be like another huge market that you could even blow up to the next level because like what I found being in the electronic repair industry, because I haven't been in it for as long as Tim, I'm here just a few years, right? And what I
Yep.
found is like everybody has a broken device. Like having a broken device is not uncommon, but it's creating enough value to actually convince someone to get it repaired, right? So like what happens for you guys, you have so much brand awareness, someone goes, okay, my phone's broken, it's bad, I need to get it fixed. And I know for me personally, especially when I was younger, there was a lot of times where my phone was broken, but I was like, it still works. I don't care, right? So if you have that free screen protector, if you have that free case, if you have that like $10 off or like whatever it is for you guys, that little free bit might be the reason why someone's like, damn, a free screen protector and I don't have to like cut my fingers anymore. That might be the reason why they come in. So I think that would
Yeah.
be like huge for you guys to test. But I mean,
Okay.
again, you guys are crushing it already. That might just be that like one little 1% even more. Like
Yeah.
think about how many like impressions and views you guys are getting already. Imagine if you just had a little bit of an
Nope.
offer on each one. So I think that would help a lot. And I would love to
We're
work
still
with you
live, right?
guys on what video is actually what video you guys put up and just see if I can give any insight. So if you guys want to send it to me before it goes to the theater, like
Yeah.
my background is e-commerce first and just like
Okay.
general marketing, and then it came to the electronic repair. But I probably consume and learn more about e-commerce. Like if I learn two things about e-commerce, I'll learn one thing about SEO and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's
That'd be
I
great.
think I could provide value for sure.
Okay. We'll definitely do
What
that.
ab- how are you guys getting like a ton of Google reviews too?
Yeah. Reviews. So I mean, we've been open what a little over a year now. We're at 128 Google reviews.
Yeah, awesome.
So I mean,
Um,
we want more than what we're getting, but I mean, I
yeah,
feel like a
no, it's
decent
tough.
amount for a year.
Yeah, 120, especially if you guys don't have a lot of stores around you though, like 128 is a lot.
Yeah.
I spoke with an SEO expert, like she has a big agency, not even for electronic repair, it's just like a big SEO. And she was saying that number one is trying to get velocity of consistency, right? So if you're getting like 4 reviews a month, like that's got to be your target goal every month. Because if you go
Yeah.
4 and then all of a sudden you go 0 and then you go like 2, so like just trying to be consistent is huge. And then another thing she told me about was the response to the Google review. So like if somebody like let's say for instance, I came in and I had my iPhone 14 like fixed and I said, "You guys did a great job. Thanks so much." Like you can respond to that and say, "Thank you, Nick, for trusting us with your iPhone 14," because that's
Yep.
going to help keywords. I don't know if you're
Oh
doing that
yeah.
already or not, but that's another little trick you can help to boost your SEO.
So that way, when someone's searching, those keywords
Yep.
help kind of push you up the
Yeah.
ranks.
Especially if you guys are in like there's not a lot of competition, that would be
Yeah.
just the next thing to boost you to the next level for sure.
Yeah.
So that's another thing you could try there.
Yeah. I think too, like, I mean, there's a lot of like mom and pop type shops. Like we don't have the big players.
Yeah.
Um, but and that's where I think like our communication is like key, like making sure we're following up on leads and
Oh, 100%. Like
all of that stuff.
you guys are doing like I've been watching a lot of content from this guy online. I don't know if you've seen him because I know you're in that like space. His name is Alex Hormozy, and he's just
Yeah,
like
I do.
people just do you do the basics a lot. That's it. Like that's
Right.
all it takes. And you guys
Yeah.
are doing the basics. You're posting your content. You're following up. You're doing all the things you need to do. Where it's like, I get on calls sometimes and it's like, oh my, I want more business. And I say, okay, well, what are you doing right now? And he goes, well, I run Google ads, but they get turned off every week. And I was like, okay, now what else are you doing? And it's like, no, I run Google ads and they get turned off every week. And I was like, that's not enough to get. It doesn't matter if you have the greatest product of all time. If you're just running Google ads and they're getting turned off every week, like you're never going to get to the next level. So,
Well, and you want to touch on about the franchise piece?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
when I first came on and they're telling me about Techie and they're part of a franchise and the royalties, and I've been doing repair for 20 years. I was like, oh, we don't need them. We can do this on our own. And I started getting in on the Techie talks
yeah.
and the more involved. And I mean, we would be nowhere near where we are
Yeah.
without the franchise backing us up.
And I think that like the Techie Talks are great, but I think like the communication, like for me as like pretty much the head of marketing now, like I'm getting information from other people, and then I'm trying my best to like give it out to people. Like there's little things that we could do, and like I was telling you about, like the being off by 1 degree. Like you guys are doing everything right because you're posting content in the right platforms. Like people think like, oh, I got to post content, but it's like they post the content and it's all and a great example. So the owner I was just with, his store is actually open already, and he made a picture showing a tip on how to use your iPhone. And I was like, this is a great piece of content, but because you posted it to your Facebook page, you didn't post it to your Facebook reel, your Instagram reel as a video. Like the concept is great, but you were off by 1 degree where that video could have got
Right.
2, 3, 4,000 views. So it's just communicating with everybody and like I get information, I give it to you. you guys get information, you give it to me, and then we
Yeah.
give it out to the network, and it's just everybody grows together as long as you show up and you do the right thing.
Yeah.
So that
And
I
I
mean, if
think,
I go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, and I think like the structure that Techie has though helps us keep on task. Like we follow that checklist. We make sure, we're doing all the right things.
Yeah,
Even though it seems like, oh man, are you serious? We got to do this. If we do all those little things, it's like everyone's being followed up with. Customer knows what's going on. Um,
100%.
our our store, then we do a clubhouse call every Monday and Friday, and we
Yeah.
all talk together and share ideas,
Yep.
and so it's like everybody's on the same page. There isn't like a dispute. Well, one guy does it this way, one we all, you know what I mean? We come together and kind of talk it through.
No, 100%. It's not like the guy that we were talking about, Hormozy. It's like it's
Yeah.
not super complicated. It's just doing the right thing, like doing enough of it. And I think that's where a lot of people fall short. And like I think the other thing too, and I try to tell people this all the time with the new trainers, like don't look at organic content as like going to get you business tomorrow because it's not. It's never going to be like, oh, I made this silly little post and it came in. But like you guys are a great example of like if you keep showing up and you keep posting your content, like people in the area will know you as long as you're doing the right stuff. But when you're talking about what's going on with Hulu, I know we talked about the theaters, but like how are you guys using Hulu? Because I know that's a pretty big budget to get started, isn't it?
It actually wasn't bad. I mean, so we're doing small. It's $500.
Yeah,
We're targeting what is it? I think our zip code, and then there's like 14 other zip codes. So we're targeting like the zip codes and
yeah,
areas. We
perfect.
just started it, so we don't have a lot of data on that yet. But when I was looking around, we've looked into we've done radio, we looked into TV, different platforms. It seemed like they were the most like affordable compared to
Yeah.
everybody else, and you can even zone in on certain interest
Oh,
demographics.
really can.
Yeah,
So
certain
is the
shows.
is the ad manager like can you like so you have to spend $500, but once you
Minimum.
spend the 500, can you like change out creatives? Like
Yeah,
you
you
can.
can edit. The only thing, the videos have to be certain specifications. So like
Yeah.
it took me 9 attempts to get our first video uploaded. Now I know all the guidelines, everything it needs. So when
Yeah.
we go to edit the video, we can make sure the bit rate and audio, everything's where it needs to be.
Specific bit rates. Most
Yeah.
people don't know a lot about bit rates. Did you film it on your phone? Was that okay, or you had to get a camera?
No, so we had the new video we made, and a lot of this is off. Parker hasn't even said a word here, but a lot of this has
What's
been
going on,
off
Parker?
Yeah, Parker's story, but we wanted to do an updated version because the last video we made, he was 13. He's a lot older now. Voice
Yeah.
changed. Uh, we've got a good crew here. We brought on previous repair owners.
Yeah.
Uh, and so we wanted to tell the story of like where we're at today,
Yeah.
and so we had some guys come in and film it.
Perfect. Yeah. So if you guys ever need help with stuff like that too, like if you have the footage, like especially if you're gonna run it for an ad, like we don't mind it. Like that Tim and Bill said, like you guys can send me stuff and I'll
Yeah.
help you edit it and then push it right
Okay.
back if it's gonna be like an ad that's gonna be used for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So I can definitely help out with that, but that stuff
Okay.
is all great. And I think that like selling on the story of who you guys are and where you guys started and where you came from, I think is like way better than just, hey, we fix devices, come on in. Like
Right.
the storyline is going to be so much better to bring people in. And like the thing that I personally don't like about radio and TV and stuff, and again, this is just my opinion,
Same here, probably.
is what's that?
I said probably the same here because I have the similar thoughts
Well,
probably.
it's just the fact that like with Facebook and Hulu and all these things, like you can continue testing new creatives. Where if I go to radio, I got to give them a video file or an audio file. I have to like for TV. I know there's a guy running TV commercials, but like on like networks, and it's you give him the video, you give him $3,000, $4,000, and then you go hope
Hope and
somebody,
pray.
yeah, and like and that's one of the reasons why I keep asking like do you have metrics behind it? Because I don't know if you've heard, he's on the Techie Talks all the time. His name is Bob. We talked
Yeah.
over a year ago and he's like, yeah, I'm spending money on TV ads. And I said, well, are you getting any business from it? And he goes, well, I'm doing okay. So I think, and I was like, oh my God, like you
Yeah.
don't know. Like, so what if the flyers you're handing out that cost you $50 a month are giving you all your business, but then you're spending $3,000 a month on TV ads,
TV.
where if you cut that, you cut the 3,000, and like, and this is what happens a lot of times. And again, going back to like being off by 1 degree, I look at the videos and it's like you're spending the money, but you're not getting any traction from it because like one of the videos, it was like a techie branded video, but it never said like send us a message. Like having that aspect of the call to action of send us a message could take your video, your ad from doo-doo to like, okay, we're hugely profitable on this. And a lot of people don't do it where they see Tech University, they see the content where it's like send us a message, but then they create an ad that doesn't say anything about send us a message. So nobody just like assumes like, oh, I'm going to send this person a message. They need to be, that's why it's called a call to action. You're calling that person to actually go ahead and send you a message where then they become a lead. And like I think a lot of times like, and again, you guys are in a different category because you have so much content and so many people seeing you. But a lot of the times, like the ad will go, one of them I just looked at, we're Expermax. And it's like, so now you want me to go into Google Maps to type in Expermax to then call you or send
Yeah.
you a message where you had me. You had my attention. I was in it. If you would have told me send a message or sign up below, I'm sending my message, I'm signing up below. But if you don't have that call to action, you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to stop scrolling. Then 20 minutes later, remember, okay, I got to go to Google Maps. Then I got to type in the business name. Then, I know if I type in that business name, there's other competitors that are going to come up. I don't remember. Think about the last time you were on your phone. Do you remember what content you consumed? Absolutely not. So you're never
Right.
going to remember that stuff. So it's just little things that make like such a huge difference that you guys are
Yeah.
are just doing all of.
And yeah, and I think you're right. Like, when they see our stuff, they hit send a message. We get a ton of messages. And
Yep.
even if they don't, they click on it, it'll automatically send a response and it'll say,
Yep.
hey, is there anything we can help you with? And we at least now have a thread going. And sometimes they tell us they're all set, but later down the road, we see messages where they've
Boom.
reached back out. So,
100,000%. And that's like, we have so many opportunities. Like there's so many things that we like offer at Techie. So having like collecting the information is the most valuable part. And I know you're in like the e-commerce marketing space, and the Russell Brunson guy, he talks about it all the time. He's like,
yeah,
you want to get that person's contact information because they just went from like they were on Facebook, they had no idea who you are, but as soon as you get their contact information, you don't have to continue spending money on Facebook. Now they're your potential customer. You just have to email them, follow up with them. Are you guys doing any email marketing?
no, so that's the one area that we need to put together. Like we've been talking about it. Like we one thing we just started doing is like following up with previous customers, checking in, getting
Yeah,
the pulse. But we want to start creating email campaigns because I feel like that's going to take it even further if we start on a regular
100%.
sending them coupons, offers, and
So
updates.
just thinking out loud here, and this is from another store, what they were doing, which I think you guys might be able to crush, is they were having like an in-person seminar where people would come and like learn about, and like Apple does this, of course, too, but like people will come and learn about like iPhone photography. I think you
Yep.
guys did it on Zoom. So like if you blasted your email and it's like want to learn like tips and tricks of iOS 17 or whatever the one we just updated, get them into a Zoom, have Parker just go over like a few little tips and tricks, and at the very end you hit him with your offer. Use devices, repair, call us at, Techy Waterville, whatever it is. And it's a great opportunity just to
It's a good
keep
idea.
working your email list just so they're top of mind. And it's not in your emails, it's not, hey, buy from us. It's, hey, we're here. We're Techie Waterville. We want to help you with your devices. So that way,
Yeah.
when they see the emails, they're not just like, God damn it, this person again, click off. But it's
Right.
like, okay, I don't really care about learning about iOS, but it's not like you're trying to sell me something. And then you could keep doing it. Like, want to get
Yeah.
better at iPhone photography. You could spend 8 minutes on YouTube, how to get better at iPhone photography,
Well,
and then literally throw like you put in your brain, 10 minutes later, you throw it all up on camera, and then all of a sudden you have, with how busy your store is and how many like followers you guys have, you get a few hundred people on at once, and then all you gotta do is convert a few of them, and then it becomes a profitable venture for you guys. So
Yeah,
there's so many opportunities, there's so many ways
it's
to
a
get
great
new
idea.
customers. And yeah, like I said, you guys have my email. Like I have to kick myself out of the marketing meetings when I'm talking to franchise partners 'cause I love talking about like marketing so much. So if you
Yeah,
guys ever want to bounce off ideas or get on a call with me
yeah,
and Tim, you guys know we're always here. But I, my main goal for this was to get a testimonial, but you guys said it the best yourself about how great it was being a part of a franchise as someone who has 20 years of experience. So
yeah.
I think that that does more than enough. And I have a few notes here and questions, but you guys absolutely crushed it. Yeah, we talked about everything here. So like I said, I would love to work with you guys. If you ever have
Yeah.
any questions or want to get on a call, like to talk about the content, especially, that's my strength. We can review content for Hulu and for the theater. And I'd honestly love to see what you guys are doing. So if you want to send that my way, just send it over.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome,
Do
guys.
you have
Let
anything you want to add, or?
It's so talkative
Um,
today.
I know.
You know what's
Uh,
really funny? When you guys, I see Parker in the video all the time because whenever I make a video talking about like what we're doing for repair, I have this
yeah,
great clip of you guys in the training where it's like Parker on the phone and I like pan and zoom out and it's like Carlos talking about it. So he's in like a lot of our marketing material right now, just so you
it's
guys
awesome.
know.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Uh,
funny. I mean, we have a lot of people that come in, even people they bring their kids and they want to like meet him, or he'll give them a tour, and
yeah,
just because they see online, you know.
yeah.
Like we had a little girl today that was here. We played the video and kind of inspired her. You know, she's only 13, and he started at 13. You know, so
That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What a crazy story. You know what's really funny? There's a brand that I did some consulting for. You probably never heard of it, but it's called Yo Nuts. And essentially the kid is like he like blew up on TikTok. And like his dad had one store, okay? And the kid would work in the store and it's like a dessert concept, kind of like crumble, but it's about donuts and ice cream,
yeah,
and the kid would make content like just like you see all the time, and he would do like this little thing and he would like make this like donut. The kid has like millions of views, and piggybacking off how many views the kid has, they have now created like a franchise concept and they're selling franchise
wow,
because he has like a million followers on TikTok, million on Instagram, all that stuff, which is
yeah.
nuts.
That's what I was telling him. I was like, you're gonna start producing more content because
Yeah,
people
no,
love seeing
that's
it. You know.
just the fact that how young you are and like the business is doing so well, like just literally taking the phone and like talking about business, like is so inspiring to be so young and to have such a profitable business. Like you don't, it doesn't even have to be like really granular information. People are just gonna want to listen to it because it's like, wow, you're doing so much at so young. So I think that's a great opportunity just to have like uh, Parker Techie or like something along those lines, just producing content for sure. The more
Yeah.
content, the better. It doesn't hurt.
Right. And you get better over time. You know. I look at
That's
the stuff we were doing a year ago to now, and I'm like, wow, we sound a lot better than what we did back then. You
you
know.
get.
But
It's so funny when I started filming with Tim. He's definitely not perfect still, but like in the beginning, it was like everything took so long and like inflections. He was yelling, and I'm like, "Hey, we're inside. We got to take it down." Like
yeah,
even if I adjust this in post, it's still gonna be like, "Ooh," like you're gonna see that you're yelling. So you get
yeah,
better. It's like anything else. You get better over time. So
yeah.
I got a 1 o'clock here. So I
Oh, you're
appreciate you
good.
guys taking the time to talk to me. And like I said,
Yeah.
I
Thanks for having
appreciate
us.
the information, and I'm more than happy to reciprocate if there's any way I can help. You guys got my email, and let's get on calls whenever.
All right. Sounds good.
Awesome, guys. You have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, you too.